Good morning. Welcome back to Cryptographics. And unfortunately, my camera is out of commission because I went to bed right away after the RG3 stream last night and I did not charge my batteries. So no bearded human this morning. Instead, you get a small rabbit and a small duck. But hopefully that'll do. But hopefully everyone's having a fantastic Saturday morning so far, or maybe Saturday evening, depending on where you're at. And it is a green day. Look at these damn bubbles. This is fantastic to see. We are seeing 50%, 20%, 15%, 17% pumps across the board. It's a fantastic day in the TitanX ecosystem and in the Ethereum world as well. Let me just go to Glassnode, actually, now that I have you guys with me. And again, as always, with this stream, this is the TitanX community stream. This is a stream for you and everyone, you and I and everyone to come together, hang out. If you want to hang out in the chat, you can do that. If you want to actually come on stream live and hang out, chat via voice and video, that is also available. And if you're on YouTube, that's the place to go, because the link to this stream is in the description for YouTube. And I would love to see more of you guys come up. And in fact, I am also seeing that we have someone that's loading up here that you guys might know if you've been in the Telegrams. This is going to be fun. So again, hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day. This is going to be a whole lot of fun as usual. And we're going to go for probably an hour and a half, and then we'll shut it down. And I see you there, buddy. Let me just, so you're not loaded on the back end here. You have to load your mic at least, or cam, before it will let you actually come on. So there's an issue going on there. So if you figure that out, oh, there we go. There we go. We got our guest. Let's go. Mr. Kesh himself. What's up, man? Good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I was a little bit sick, but I'm better now. And
Amazing.
I'm in Germany, so because of the time lap, the stream you had last night was at 4 a.m. in the night, but I couldn't sleep, so I watched it.
You're a madman. I love it. That is awesome.
It was entertaining, and because RG3, he is entertaining, kind of, and it
I'm telling
wasn't
you,
just dry tech talk. It was. I enjoyed it.
good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He is he's an entertaining. He's very charismatic. He's got a lot of energy, and it's always super fun to hang out with him, late night, whenever. And his perspective is also fantastic. I really appreciate what he brings to the space and what he's working for and what he's fighting for. So it was really cool. I think it went really well. So I'm glad you did catch it. Hopefully you got enough sleep, because that's a late night, man.
Yeah, I woke up a little bit later today, but yeah, I made it.
Amazing. And you're here, which is great. I mean, that's always fun. So you're actually the first guest to come on that's not a founder to the stream. So I wish I had Superman Crypto's audio board so I could make like a clapping sound or like a champagne bottle popping or something like that. But unfortunately, I'm not that sophisticated. So I'm going to welcome everyone else in first here. So JMO, good to see you. Hit the like and subscribe, everyone, and share, more so than the subscribe, or do that. It also works. But Conspiracy Crypto, what's up, fam? Good to see you here as well. Tank, as always, what's up, Titans? Good to see you. And Crypto Jag, good morning. Good morning to you as well. So yeah, dude, I'm curious. Tell me what's going on in your head. What are you thinking? Because I mean, look at we got the green candles all popping up this morning. If we go actually into the TitanX hub, let's go to the projects. This is nice to see. You just scroll down here and it's nothing but green. I mean, what are you thinking when you wake up? Or I mean, I guess you didn't wake up this morning. Maybe you did. You woke up to the green candles.
No,
But
I did watch. I watch every day on the standings. So when I wake up, that's the first thing I do. Actually,
nice, as it should be, right? And true Titans do that. Wake up, check the ecosystem.
Yeah, basically, I check the pulse chain. Sorry, but
Okay.
I guess everything is pumping.
kicked off the stream. Everything's fine. I mean, ETH is ripping, I think. So let's go and check it out. So yeah, woohoo! I actually didn't know that ETH was almost at $4,200.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay, that's
basically if ETH pumps, then TitanX and Pulse Chain pumps. So both protocols win.
Yep. I mean, hey, it's leverage on ETH. Either pond you want to swim in. So choose what. Do you know? And a lot of the ecosystems too are very connected because of the participants have a major crossover. You know, so it's kind of two subdivisions of a similar same-ish community, right? I mean, that's why you've got like Dude and all these guys, and oh, there's so many guys that have gone and built on the TitanX ecosystem over on Pulse Chain, or bridging tokens over, or have plans, or you know, there's a huge amount of crossover there. So it is cool to see Pulse Chain pumping as well. It's cool to see TitanX rocking and rolling this morning. Yeah, it's fun times. Welcome Raj, welcome Axiom, welcome Jong, or Yong. Never know which way to pronounce the J's depending on where you are in the world, but you know, won't dive too deep into it.
I actually have a question right away, because you said it's only one question.
Okay,
because
let me finish my coffee here first. Let me just get one last final swig.
It's a quick one.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
So if TitanX and PLSX maybe are leveraged on ETH, can we say that Torus is leverage on TitanX and Unity is leverage on PLSX?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's nice.
I'm glad it was that. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I was ready for that one.
I just wasn't sure, so I'm glad.
Yep. No, it's a simple question. I like that one. It's not too into the weeds right away. So that was
good.
Easy.
Welcome, take a Jeremy. Coffee first.
Yeah, no, honestly, I actually drank all of it this morning, and I'm actually wishing I had another one, but maybe I don't, because the thing with caffeine and me, and I don't know about you, but like when I drink coffee in the morning, I always, after I'm done the first cup, I'm like, man, I would love another one. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, holy, I'm really happy I didn't have another one, because I'm like,
basically it's same here, same for me. And I also like dogs. I have two actually.
Oh, that's awesome. What kind of dogs you got?
And I also like Torus and Unity, so we have a lot in common.
Dogs, Torus, Unity, and coffee. That's the match made in heaven. Oh man. So dude, well, tell me, and also guys in the chat, I mean, guys and gals in the chat, we can talk about Torus, we can talk about TitanX, we can talk about life, we can talk about little things, small things, big things, whatever you guys want to talk about and bring up. And I also see a very familiar face, so let me bring him on up. Mr. Utah Crypto, welcome to the stream. Man, this is a great morning because we have two finally on stream today. This is awesome. I couldn't be more ecstatic. Welcome, man. How's it going?
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Oh, wonderful, man. Good to see you here.
Good morning.
Yeah, who's on with you? I can't see a username for some reason.
Oh, so, it's I'm from Germany, so my second name is Cash. That's why I write it in that way, Cash, like cash.
Oh.
In German, it's just K instead of C, and first name is Kirill.
Yeah, if you've seen in the chat, he's been under Kirill for a little while in the chat, and then changed his name to Cash. So if you've seen that, this is the same guy who's been in there basically every single day, every single voice chat. It's been awesome. He's always in the chat.
That annoying guy from Germany.
Taurus Bull, huh? Taurus Bull on site.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Nice.
So what's on your mind, guys? What are you guys thinking? Do you wake up today to green candles? I mean, I don't know if you're looking out at green trees or blue sky or clouds or where you're at, but what's on your guys' mind? What are you seeing? What do you want to, what are you thinking?
Well, yesterday in my really small Telegram chat that there's like 5 of us in, my buddy's like, I want to wake up to ETH at $4,200. And
Holy.
that was 2 days ago. And it broke 4, but then he goes, okay, I was off by 24 hours. And I was like, awesome. Yeah. So we'll see, man. It's I don't know, man. It's hard, right? Got like PTSD. So I mean, it looks great. Everything's looking really, really good. So man, if we can hold this, that would be excellent.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it hit 4,200, and if it didn't, it's about to. We're at 41.88.
Yeah, it broke 42.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, briefly.
Damn.
Yeah, way to go. It's the fourth time we try to break the resistance, so let's hope we go on.
Yeah, well, someone's Richard posted this morning. When something smashes off a resistance level over and over and over, it's kind of inevitable that it breaks.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's super bullish, super bullish.
Well, it's I mean it's inevitable for ETH to go pretty high. The question is just where does it stop? So it's just a start.
Yep. Well, there's a number of indicators that I've been looking at that others are seeing, and they're well known for really showcasing when we're getting close to a top, and none of them are going off. None of them. In fact, one of my favorite bottom indicators, let's go to the dashboard here, and you guys can see this right on my screen.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me go to my dashboard, favorites, Ethereum. Oh wait, hold on. This is charts. Let's go to charts here. So one of my favorites is the MVRV score, the market value realized value Z score. And typically we get this parabolic nature that happens right near the top. And this in this green zone here is typically where the bottoms are. We are not far from that initial bottom that just happened. And we're at 4K. So this tells me now when ETH went from, let's say it's price here. So we were at, ETH was $600 and at its peak went to basically nearly $4,500. So that's almost a 10x the last time it did that, probably closer to about an 8x, 8 or 9x. But still, if we were to get the same price action, let's think about that for a second, right? 9x from here. I mean, that's a pretty big ETH if we want to extrapolate that kind of thing. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's a pretty big ETH.
Yeah, lots of people say the cycle takes longer and maybe even the spikes are higher. But even if it makes a 5x, then then we are all happy, I think.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a world where you could be unhappy if ETH is at 20K.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you've ignored crypto your whole life and you're looking on $20,000 ETH and thinking like, what have I done? Why didn't I learn about this stuff? Maybe then you could have a bad day. But but yeah, it's looking good. Let me go in the chat for a second here. Morning, welcome Damien, welcome Rich, D-Fly, Utah's in the chat, of course. Let's see here. You guys cool if I go? I got a question here about someone wants to, Conspiracy Crypto wants to discuss some strategies that may be viable for Unity launch based on the experience with Torus launch. Now, I'm kind of torn actually because Unity's over on Pulse Chain, and I really want to focus on TitanX for the stream specifically. Though I understand people want to discuss that, so maybe what we'll do is we'll wait till later in the stream. I'll start this, and then maybe we can come back to it. Just to make sure that we're talking about, I guess it also is like we can talk about whatever. It's our stream. It's funny. I'm almost like imposing rules on my own community stream of what we can and I don't want to do that. So it's like, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys want to go into that? Because that was an interesting question, but I also don't want to, start going off on Pulse Chain on a TitanX community stream.
I just wanted to say on X, there's a very funny meme with the goat crying. And it says like someone who sold ETH at $1,300, it's like that goat, and the man, the shepherd, he tries to calm down that goat because it's crying. I think it's very funny.
I wonder if you could send it to me in the chat. Maybe I could bring it up.
I'll try to find.
Oh, that's awesome. Utah, what's going on with you? What are you thinking? What are you watching?
I'm reading the chat also, and something I wanted to touch on last week, but we didn't. We ran out of time, and I think we got sidetracked talking about everything. But I mean, I enjoyed last week. It was awesome. I love that conversation. But
That was great.
why hasn't Jake been active? This one, yeah. If I mean, I would like to go to his Twitter, go to his X, and just read, you know, the last post that he put out. Yeah, it has been a while, but I'd like to go over them if you're cool with that.
Let's do it, man. Yeah, there's no, other than apparently talking about Pulse Chain and Unity, there are no places we can't go.
And we can go to Unity if you want. I don't care. Short stream.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep it TitanX, but we'll go there eventually. I just want to make sure that we're honoring the fact that we're talking about the TitanX ecosystem. We're hanging out here, but it's also the community stream. So if the TitanX community wants to talk about something over on Pulse Chain, we're gonna go there. But let's dive into this. So what are you thinking, man? Is this what you were talking about, or the last, not the Torus.win one, right? Which tweet was it?
Keep going. This one here is pretty good. But if we keep going.
Is it Jake on the picture?
Keep going. He starts talking about what he's building.
Okay.
Oh, I see where you, okay, yeah.
That one was kind of funny.
Oh yeah, the peeing in the pool, yeah.
I was like, damn.
Shots fired, bro.
Shots fired big time with that one.
Yep. Let's see. Let's keep going here, though.
Keep going.
Oh.
Okay, right here.
You want to walk us through this?
Sure. So let's just say, when was the date on this one? June 3rd. Let's just say it's not a token. It'll use and burn X28 in the background, omni-chain. You'll be able to build businesses around it. It's a big build, not easy. Once I'm close to the finish line, I'll get more loud about it. What do you think about that?
Well, he's clearly not close to the finish line yet.
Because he hasn't got loud about it.
Yeah. First thing, because okay, clearly he's still working, because obviously that's the only thing I can extrapolate from this. But
the part that
go ahead, man.
So, and there's other ones too, but he talks about X28, and I mean that is, to me, that's common sense. That makes sense, right? Because whatever you're building with X28, if X28 is required, it's 50% burn on TitanX as soon as you convert. So that means that you could easily nuke the supply without even using the buy and burn, which is massively bullish. But you'll be able to build businesses around it. That's the one that gets me hung up.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So there's an integration between Web 2 and Web 3 potentially.
Yeah. And then let's go down a little bit more. I don't know. I think it's down. We might have went over it already. We might have passed it. I don't know.
Let's see here. This feels like it's too far now.
Yeah.
So we had this one. So this was the last one that we had. So we had the let's just say, and then no, it's not here. No.
Okay.
No. No. I mean, story's not over yet. It's, I mean, you know.
Yep.
Nope.
And then he talks about working out.
Yep. The grind, becoming a Spartan.
Yep. And that one's pretty bullish too. Go down right there. No, go up where it has a go back up. Right there. If this cycle was even 30% like the 2017 or 2021 cycle, we'd all be having cigars together, racing and having a blast hanging out by now. But it ain't yet. At the end of the day, it's the end of the day. It is what it is. Keep marching. We're going to make it.
Bullish.
So bullish. Anyway,
So,
I like to go back over, okay, what was our recent communication? No one's seen Jay. What was our last communication? Because in my opinion, nothing's changed.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't gotten updates. So now, everybody wants to freak out and in this, but I mean, why go dark? Huh? Let people sell bottoms, I guess. I know. I also know for me, if I'm trying to do something and I'm trying to focus, social media, Telegram especially, will derail me so damn fast. And then next thing you know, I'm in here chatting with the community and doing all this other stuff when I should be focusing on whatever I was doing, Twitter, Telegram, these are all distractions. If I'm in his position. Now, that doesn't mean he can't take 5 minutes and send out a tweet, but what if he doesn't want to? What if he wants people selling bottoms?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have no clue. I'm just speculating on what I'm seeing with the information I have and my perception. What are you thinking?
Well, honestly, when I see comments like this, this is kind of the way I break it down. What can be done about it? Nothing. Therefore, why waste any energy on something that is a literal energy drain? Right? He's not here. We are here. We have the ability to create, to market, to build, to make content, to talk about this stuff and carry on. And this is, when people ask me of why I created Torus, even though there's no certainty that Jake is coming back on paper, right? It's because what's built here already is infrastructure that is going to work itself out in time, whether there is a lead hand or not. Well, and therefore I personally know that this, I you can say no, but I believe that this ecosystem is going to become something special, minimum in the years to come, just mathematically the way the system operates. And I don't personally need anyone to stay in terms of other founders or builders for me to keep doing what I'm doing. Now, does that help? Absolutely. If we all scale together, we all work together, does it make it easier and faster and stronger? Yeah, absolutely. But, the way that I think is, for me at least, healthiest to operate is Jake's gone. Cool. We build. What's the Jocko Willink clip where he says, good. It's kind of how I feel. It's like, Jake's gone. Good. Now we can step up. Now we have the opportunity to to light this thing on fire ourselves and do what we want with it. And then if he comes back, good. Now it's easier. You know, if he doesn't come back, good. Someone else will step up, or we'll all step up, and it's opportunity, right? So I think that it's one of those things where it doesn't serve to really dwell on it. It doesn't serve to focus on, put energy into it. You're feeding the wrong thing, right? Don't feed the bears. Don't feed the things that can kill you or drain your energy or all that, right? Just don't feed the bears. It's kind of my approach. I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
I have a question. I'm new to TitanX ecosystem, and maybe you can make a short wrap up of how it started and who this Jake founder is. And basically, I heard about something like the plan for future, like TitanX should go on for one cycle lasts 45 years. Maybe I misunderstood something. That's pretty interesting because 45 years is a long time. Maybe you can share with someone completely new to the system. I just I come from Pulse Chain, so but yeah, it's my first cycle, so I'm a noob basically compared to you guys. But Titan X is completely new to me.
I'd love to. So, I mean, do you want me to start on Jake himself, or what TitanX specifically is and how it worked over time, or where would you like me to start with that, just to make it easiest for you?
Basically, just a very short wrap up, and maybe that also helps you to see where we are standing currently in the system in the global time frame.
Sure. So really, TitanX was designed to be something that is like a sub ecosystem on Ethereum, right? And to emulate the idea of being its own layer one, its own L2, you know, a sub ecosystem where everything is stacked vertically on top of it. It's the idea. Now, what makes it powerful is the fact that typically in a layer one or a layer two, there's a gas token, right? Something you need in order to participate on chain. That's TitanX. Now, typically though, that supply is semi-inflationary and not really super deflationary. There's not really difficulty mechanics, meaning it doesn't get harder to really create it over time. It only gets maybe more expensive as electricity goes up, or you know, just the costs of services that are utilized to capture that supply for validators, etc., are going up. And TitanX is designed to actually become extremely scarce, extremely difficult over the first 2,000 days of its existence. And we go from people being able to create 8 million TitanX per day to 8,000 TitanX per day when they mine. And so this is a 1,000-fold increase in difficulty alone. And so this is only 2,000 days in. So not only, though, is it extraordinarily difficult over time to create this gas token, creating scarcity, and when there's demand and scarcity, we all know how that works, right? Supply, demand, scarcity. So it gets more and more difficult. And simultaneously, every single protocol in some way is taking in, so the input is TitanX, it is burning TitanX, staking or locking TitanX up, which is taking it off the market, making it difficult or impossible for it to be sold. And in fact, the coolest thing about TitanX is how quickly it has been burning. Now, there's been 220 trillion TitanX created or minted, mined since its inception. And despite that, the total supply has dropped below 98 trillion. So 50, let me just bring actually the exact number up here. It is reduced by 56.36%, which is staggering. And this will only increase over time as all the other factors I had mentioned really kick into high gear. So you kind of get this positive feedback loop where as time goes on, as you know, the community grows, as there's more demand for TitanX, and there's an exponentially decreasing availability and ability to mine those tokens to get into those protocols, it's a crazy feedback loop. And this is the idea of TitanX, is to be a layer one with extreme pressure on the supply and demand economics that really makes something skyrocket and become robust over time. I don't know if that leads you to any other questions, or Utah, you want to add anything into that?
No, I don't have anything to add to that. He might have questions.
What are we going to do if there is no TitanX left?
Well, this is the beautiful thing, right? If there's no TitanX left, the thing about, I mean, I love this because now I don't want to go too deep for the viewers or for you, unless you want to go there. But I will say, liquidity is key to understand here, because once a token makes it into liquidity, in order for all of the supply to be removed, the price has to go to infinity. Now, that's a crazy statement, right? Hopefully I have your attention. This is because in a liquidity pool, when you are swapping between tokens, right, the math is pretty wild, and the math works on an exponential scale. So it's not like trading on the open market where you'll say, I'll give you $1,000 for that, and someone says, okay, I'll take $1,000, and then the price doesn't really move, or maybe on like an order book it moves a little bit based on the last transaction price, but that's more based on just demand than anything else, right? Versus in liquidity, I'll make an easy example here. When, let's say you have 10 tokens, we have 10 TitanX tokens, and just ignore the values, right? I'm just going to use this for simple examples. Okay, so this is not really applicable in terms of the exact numbers and the prices and everything I'm going to say. But let's say we had TitanX and ETH paired together. We had 100 TitanX tokens and 100 ETH tokens in the pool. TitanX is $1, ETH is $1, right? In that pool, if someone were to come in and they were to buy up half of the TitanX that were in the pool, what would have to happen is someone would have to put in basically double the amount of ETH to buy half of the TitanX that's in the pool right now. Following? That makes sense?
Yes.
Ish, right? The point here is to get to the math. So what happens is, in order for the price to be calculated, what ends up happening is, because you've doubled the amount of supply on one side of the pool and you've reduced it in half, you get these two twos on either side. You've cut the supply on one side by 2. You've increased the other supply in the pool by 2. If you multiply these together, you get a 4. Now, the reason I'm going into this math is because this is the way that price works. Now, what you would do is you would multiply the price of TitanX by 4, because you get all this, the 2 over here and the 2 over here. I know this is kind of hard, a little bit weird to explain with a guy smoking a cigarette on screen and no diagrams. But
no, it's fine. It's interesting. It's education.
Yep. Cool. So effectively, this is where the exponentiality comes from, right? You don't get it basically. Now, if you were to do the same, where, okay, you increase the ETH by a factor of 4 in the liquidity pool, and you decrease the TitanX simultaneously by a factor of 4, you get a 16-fold increase in price.
Exponential.
It's exponential, exactly, right? And so if someone wants to come in and literally buy every single or burn every single TitanX token, this would send the price of TitanX to infinity. Therefore, we all know that the way TitanX works is there is a certain price, because you can, even after day 2000, you can still mine TitanX, but you get 1,000 times less per day, right? So there is still a point that TitanX can go to in price relative to ETH, because that's obviously, in this system, you mine with ETH. Therefore, there is a specific price point where you can always mine, where it's profitable relative to ETH. So if the price is going to infinity, people can mine TitanX still, but it's going to take a ton of economic energy to bring out any sort of meaningful supply relative to what we have right now. Is that making sense?
Yes. So supply gets smaller and smaller.
Yep. And you can always still mine it, but the ability to mine with the same amount of economic energy is constantly going down. So if you put in a dollar in the beginning, right? Let's say you would have mined 8 million TitanX. On day 2000, that same dollar would mine you 8,000 TitanX. So 1,000 times less. So in the beginning, $100 million came in and we had 220 trillion supply. So if we go all the way to day 2000, that means that 220 billion TitanX. Think about that from where we are right now. What's in liquidity pools, what people are holding. But on day 2000, $100 million would create 220 billion TitanX, assuming the same amount of ETH was used.
Basically, which day are we now on?
We are
Of that 2000?
day 652. We're not even halfway.
Okay. So basically, maybe if in those 2000 days, TitanX goes up in price 1000x, and I mine only 8,000 instead of 8 million, as on day one, I still make same profit basically.
There's a potential there. Yeah. I mean, if you're holding now, and the thing is too, is because if we go to look at the mining right now, the mining's not profitable, right? We're at negative 90% for mining, which means you are getting, by buying right now, you are getting an unbelievable amount more than you could mine on the market. So, for someone thinking, okay, well, I do want to mine someday, what you could do is you could buy TitanX currently. You hold it all the way up until the ROI goes positive to some degree. And what you could do is you could actually begin to, sell your TitanX to ETH, mine, and you're going to be able to create more TitanX than you originally had, and simultaneously, and you're going to be in major profit. So this is a compounding strategy that you could also do. And simultaneously, this is kind of like a head. You could think about this as like an invisible temporary ceiling with a time delay on it. I know it's a weird way to put it, but you buying TitanX now gets you access to all these tokens, these systems in the TitanX ecosystem. And this means that you can buy now and hold, and the price can grow all the way up until this threshold becomes profitable before you have to worry about more tokens coming into supply and possibly having more sell pressure from the tokens, from the token supply creation.
Yeah, it's a whole ecosystem. I guess I should take time to take a closer look. And then there's so many protocols, and each protocol is special, and that's also very interesting. But yeah, lots to learn. Thank you for a quick wrap up.
Of course, man.
I'll take my time to study.
And there's a lot of videos. I made a lot of videos early on. Actually, I have I think it's still on my website. If you go to cryptographics.com, you can actually download. I have a full PDF breakdown. It's like 40 some odd page book that you can go and if you want to read, that will give you the entire breakdown of TitanX. And then you can also supplement that. I have a ton of content that goes into the basics and everything of TitanX and the supply and all that. So if you want stuff to really dive in and understand more, those are the key pieces I would say to start with. And then there's other content creators as well, but I've got a ton of content on that already, so that might be a great way to start.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Guys, I won't bother you. Thank you. I have to leave. Have fun. And I didn't expect to be in the stream, But thank you for having me, and have fun.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's great to have you on. I would love to have you on more. Love your questions. Love the energy that you bring. And it's good to get to know you more. And that's cool that you're also learning more about TitanX. So enjoy your day. And yeah, we'll chat very soon, either VC or hopefully again maybe next Saturday on here, because it'd be great to have you as a regular.
Thank you, guys. Peace out.
See you, man.
See ya.
All right, Utah. How do we do there? Do you think?
I think you did great.
Good.
And then I think, probably for him, TitanX Hub would be a good place to go and just look at all the different protocols, because everything's there.
Point. Yep. That's the thing too. There's so many damn resources. I actually do forget about them from time to time. It's like it's just so much. This community has built so much incredible infrastructure that it's like you almost can't remember it all. Like TitanX Utils just came out. That site is sick. You've got TitanX Info from DeFi Degen, TitanX Hub. I mean, my God, dudes.
Yep. It's awesome, and it's all community built.
Yep.
It's all community built. And what I like about TitanX Hub is just for the basic overview, and it has the link to every single white paper.
Yeah.
So it has all the docs right there. So that makes it really convenient. And of course, TitanX Hub bubbles. Man, I'm addicted to that damn thing. Yeah, that, man.
Oh,
Woo, look at that. That's liquidity bonding right there.
Yep.
So
it's a beautiful thing to watch.
It's just a little sample. Now it goes both ways. So we've seen I've seen this very, very red for many, many days in the past. So, but I believe.
Inferno's up 16% on the day. TitanX is flying. Oh, what the heck? Why are we? I thought we were 14% like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, so did I.
We're ripping. What's happening here? Hold on. We're gonna go to the chart. Let's look at what's happening in the ecosystem.
Let's check it out.
Hello, beautiful.
Okay. Then another one, 9 grand. Are those the same address?
Whoa, what is happening here? Who are you? Okay, 1 sec. We're gonna do some investigative journalism here. Okay, so this person is. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna. Let's do some chain analysis here. Live on stream. So this person is currently holding DragonX, TitanX. They got 46 billion. TitanX, they've got about 16 billion. DragonX. Is it 16 billion? Yeah, 16 billion. And let's go and look at what they've been doing. Have they been buying a lot of TitanX before? So 10 days ago. So they've been kind of loading up. Let's see here. So this is a wallet that was doing a bunch of random stuff prior. And they were in TitanX about 174 days ago. So they were doing some X28 stuff. Interesting. Okay, so let me go back a little bit further just to see when they got in. So they were into Volts. They were into Hyper. Okay, so this wallet's definitely been in the ecosystem for a while. But looking at, if we go to, let's go back to the second page here, because this tells us a little bit more. They were getting into, let me see when they really started to get, so basically TitanX was coming in, and they would sell it, or they got X28. And then, interesting, what's this transaction? What are they doing here? Oh, maybe they bridged it. Okay. Oh, so this is an interesting thing to look at. So there's this guy here is a little bit of a larger player, it seems, and they look like they were bridging X28 somewhere. So that's an interesting thing to see. And if we go back to the first page, they were, you can see them buying a little bit, right? They're swapping. They did some selling, bought a little bit here, bought a little bit there. And then if we go up here, now they're buying a lot more TitanX. a lot more DragonX, and that's only one wallet. So if we go back to the wallet that they have here, so they've got, I wonder if they have any more USDC or anything sitting in here. So they've already purchased from this wallet. Now, if we go back to the chart, there was another, let's see here, this $22,000. I'm very curious. So this was 17 minutes ago. Let me see. This might be like a cow swap. Let me see if this is the right one here. This might be. So we'll go transactions. We'll go 17 minutes ago. This is probably this one. So we're going to go net transfers. Net transfers.
I'm not seeing the Ether scan right now.
Oh, thank you. Here we go. So this person, they bought DragonX with about 9K or 21K. They bought DragonX. So this person now. Oh, it's the same person. Okay, so they bought twice. They bought DragonX and they bought TitanX. So they're buying with ETH, which is pretty cool. So you can see here on the transactions, they sent in 5 ETH. They created, looks like an order for, oh, this is more than 5 ETH. So they spent, yeah, that's pretty good. Right on. So they're doing a lot of different transactions here. What's this transaction for? Let's click the show more, create order, view and decoder. I'm not sure if this is boring for everyone, but I really enjoy looking at this stuff and watching and understanding where economic energy is coming from, personally. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything in here. Buy token. Which token is this one? It's DragonX. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. So they created an order. Maybe it was that must be just a regular order. Cool. So they spent a bunch of ETH coming in here and buying DragonX and TitanX. That's awesome. Funded by Kraken. So this is a exchange-based wallet. Let's go back to the TitanX chart here. So we have $15,000, $10,000, another $1,200 buy, $22,000, all within the last 17, 20 minutes. Let's go. That's what I want to see, man. How does that make you feel, Utah? Hello? Wait. Is Utah still here? Am I silent? Oh, he might be busy. All right. So let me just go to the chat real quick while I'm waiting. Nice. Okay. You like this stuff as well. Good. Good, good, good. Can we look at Oryx forfeit investing stats? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thank you. I just wasn't sure. Oh yeah. Utah left. So maybe he's having some issues. Yeah. He's gone now. So it's just us, guys and gals. I'm going to star your comment there, DFly, and we'll go into the Oryx stuff. I don't know when Oryx is going to take off, but I mean, Orin's probably going to have a pretty big role in that, especially, the further you look into it. Let's see. Let me go up. Let's go. Appreciate that. Yeah, great book on TitanX. Thanks, man. I recommend anyone that wants to learn more about TitanX, go to cryptographics.com. Actually, let me bring it up so I can show you guys real quick, and then we'll go into some other stuff. Let's go to this one. So yeah, it's cryptographics.com. And now you just basically click this free download here, the complete guide to TitanX, and it'll bring up a PDF on the website. You don't even need to download it. It just comes right up. And yeah, you can just read it on the web. It'll load in a couple seconds. Bada bing, bada boom. And then you get all these chapters, all these subsections, and it's a great resource. There's 36 pages, not 42. Sorry, but yeah, it's great. You can download it to your computer. You can, if you wanted to print it off, I guess you could do that as well. Put it in the binder. share it with people. But this is a great resource. I worked my ass off to get this done in a fashion that's readable. So I think there's no, there might not be images. There is some images here to help with the understanding. So it's not just pictures. I think I do link to some content as well that I would recommend everyone checking out. But anyways, let's come back to the stream here. Where am I going here? One sec, guys. Let's go back to this. So let's look at ORX. You can see, well, we're pumping. We're pumping. 0.069. It's nice. Okay, this is looking like it's got a little bit of a parabolic nature going to it here. Okay, cool. I like this. Let's go to Ouroboros. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong one. Ouroboros.foundation. I love this little video thing. It's so badass. Let's see here. ORX Minter. I think we want to go to this one. Or no, yeah, we'll go to the ORX Minter. We'll look at the stats. Let me just come into you guys here and just see what's going on. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, Utah's back. Great. There we go. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. But anyway.
You're all good, bro. You're all good. Hopefully we weren't in there too long. It's hard to, manage all the tabs and everything and then, see the private chat as well. So
no worries.
Let's see here. So where was I going? Ouroboros, right? All right. ORX minted 59 million. Vesting ORX 516 million. Max future supply 734 million. And we have had 58, almost 59 million forfeited ORX. And interesting, is this thing just pumping or something? What's happening here? Oh, yeah. It just rocketed up a little bit. Is that because TitanX just got another big buy? What is happening? Things are moving so fast. See, this is why it's like, oh, dude. I gotta show the TitanX chart again real quick here. I'm just looking at this chart now. That is nice, man. Look at that curve up. Oh, if that ain't a cup and handle, I don't know what is.
That's beautiful right there. I'm not a chart guy, but I know that much. Yeah, that's a perfect cup and handle.
Man, I mean, there's so we got W, we got W, we got W, and now we got a cup and handle to cap it off. I mean, how much more bullish do I need to make this look for you? Yes, ETH is going up. ETH goes up, everything goes up with it, but also simultaneously people chase ETH, right? It's the nature of the beast. So you're getting the most TitanX that you could basically ever get with your ETH currently. And remember how quickly that went away last time. Boom. Literally 10x. It's actually like 11 or 12x in ETH terms. My God. Where does your mind go when you see this damn chart, Utah? What are you thinking?
I've been burnt so many times. But I would really like to believe that it's go time. Bottoms are in. And I mean, just with ETH starting to move up and these big buys coming in, like where are all these big buys coming from on DragonX and TitanX and ORA, everything. And it shows you the power of the liquidity bonding and the thin liquidity across the ecosystem and how easy things can turn. I mean, it takes very little economic energy to pump this entire ecosystem. I'm excited, man. I'm getting excited, but You know, like Somi would say, got PTSD. You know.
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely in that camp as well, though. I'm a little more hopeful than PTSD at this point, but I mean, it's still, there's always the like, I don't know, that meme of like the side eye kind of thing, like,
Yeah. Yeah, the memes like we are so back, you know,
yeah,
the recycling picture. We're so back. Oh no, we're so back. Oh no.
yeah.
Like
The
over and
we're
over.
so back, and it's got like this little tiny little think.
Yeah.
Oh, those are fun. Those are fun. But yeah, this is good. This is really good. Let's see here. You seen any comments you want me to bring up? Or actually, DFly. Yeah. Did you want to go into anything specific about ORX in Orin, or what's going on there? But
yeah, you can go into ORX, see what they got going on over there. We're fans. We talked about it last week. We talked about it last week before it started really moving.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of anything shadowy builds, of anything that's happening with ORX and Ouroboros. Man, you don't even have to twist my rubber arm. I'll twist it for you. Look at this. So yeah, so 59 million forfeited so far. This is probably going to change too, because I believe that you're going to need ORX, or ORX is going to be bought using, I believe, at least TitanX. There might be other things coming in as well for Orin, but this will be how you capture value from other deployments, it sounds like. And we're waiting on a white paper, I believe, still, but this is freaking cool, man. I mean, we've already seen, nearly, I guess it'd be 5.8% of the supply has already been forfeited. And now where this number here, the max future supply, could shrink tremendously. If Orin is as bullish as I think it could be, and I guess it will be, then this number is going to shrink significantly, because the incentive for getting Orin is going to be so high that this number is going to shrink dramatically. People are going to forfeit. People are going to go into Orin. And there's opportunity. There's opportunity for people that stay in. There's opportunity for people that go into Orin. And I mean, man, I just love this. I think Ouroboros is so powerful for the ecosystem.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. I think there's going to be a lot more tokens that you can they will be collateralized, right? Isn't that the plan? So people can take leverage on different tokens besides just TitanX and DragonX, but also with TitanX and DragonX price going up, it may the leverage is capped, right? Because they keep a ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else was able to take leverage on DragonX and TitanX there for a while. Correct?
Yeah, that's the case for sure. Yep, they limited that.
That's been reopened.
I don't know when it's going to be, actually. I really don't know. Hopefully soon. I mean, well, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on the game plan. Like, I don't honestly know what to think when that's gonna open up. But I'm excited for it. I think. Oh man, I have to check in the chat. But there's been. Oh, what other tokens? Yeah, ETH, TitanX, and ORX as inputs for Orin, which is going to be huge. I think the TitanX and ETH are all going to obviously buy and burn ORX. And then here's a cool thing. And I wasn't sure if this was in the chat that I saw this for sure, but yeah, wrapped ETH is going to be collateral with no cap in Ouroboros. That is huge. That is going to be sick to see that happen. What do you think when we see when we talk about this?
I think it's awesome because ETH is there's so much liquidity, right? So it's so big that you don't really have to worry about ratios because it's such a monster. So that should be able to stay open 24/7 forever, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be huge for the ecosystem, because now what does this actually mean? This means that when you are staking USDX, you have the ability to actually earn TitanX, DragonX, and now ETH. That makes USDX pretty valuable for a lot of people. ORX staking, you'll then learn, if you have ORX, you're going to earn USDX, TitanX, DragonX, and ETH. What's that going to do to the value of ETH? Or sorry, ORX? And Shadowy's been using the word other deployments. Let's think about that for a moment. That's a pretty bold statement if you really consider what's going on there. Other deployments mean other launches, potentially. Making stuff elsewhere, which means more fees, more requirement for ORX and ORIN. That's pretty bullish if you ask me on ORX.
Yeah, anytime you can drive demand for a capped supply token with a massive buy and burn, kill shot. We're seeing it right now with TitanX.
Yep.
It's the same play, and it's used all over the ecosystem also by other protocols. And so that, I think that's what makes TitanX special.
And 8% fee coming from deployments goes to ORIN. That's huge.
That's massive.
Yep. That's going to be amazing.
ORIN's kind of like the Hyper, it looks like. I mean, just, you know, an overview, high level overview. Okay. That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I don't know if I would relate it as close to Hyper, only because I guess kind of, I guess, actually I could see what you're saying there, because it's kind of the proxy protocol that people are going to run to in primarily, which brings in ETH and also lowers the supply that's coming up for TitanX. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there.
The major difference, though, is the input token.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're using ETH for Hyper, but Hyper is the compounding play on TitanX.
Yep, exactly. And still gets more difficult over time, and still, will have a raising floor, which is actually kind of cool, because it, if TitanX didn't have Hyper, we would have to go so incredibly high in price and fight so much resistance and sell pressure, and obviously go through the trials and tribulations of trying to get 50x or 35x or 60x or whatever it would be to get into the mining zone, right? To bring in new ETH. But Hyper lowered that bar, so now ETH can come in much sooner, right? Which is great.
Yeah, and shortened up the mining period too.
Yep, exactly. So more ETH can come in more regularly.
Yeah. So it's a big deal.
Yep, it really is.
And if I remember, go ahead.
No, man, you go.
If I remember correctly, last time Hyper led the whole ecosystem. It started running first, if my memory serves me right.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And the only reason I remember that is I held Hyper when everybody else early ended all their miners. it dumped them and it went straight down, and I just held that shit all the way through that blood. Next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, what's going on here? Hyper's actually ripping, and I got a ton of it. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, it paid to forget about it for a little while on that one. That's for damn sure, because that thing did really well from the bottom to the top. It was very nice. And it appears that ORIN will have a short vesting period, perhaps as little as 3 months. That's cool. I'm really excited to see. I don't know if your mic is gone again. You went silent in such a abrupt manner that I don't know if you muted yourself. Oh no, you're good. Okay, I can see you. I can see you unmuting now. Cool. Just making sure.
Yeah, I just like to mute when I'm not talking.
Gotcha. Yep. I can understand that completely. Let's see what else is going on. Let's go back to TitanX Hub now. Let's take a look. Inferno is up 15-16% today. That's fantastic. Where's Inferno X? Is Inferno X is Inferno X technically not a BOT protocol, or how does where is Inferno X?
No, it is. So it's
Oh, yeah, here we go.
yeah. So right now there's just no volume on it right now, which is fine. But it is absolutely a BOT protocol. It's paired with X28. So there's a Inferno X Inferno pool on Ethereum for the buy and burn when you transform, and then there's Inferno X X28 over on base.
Gotcha.
And so we've set that pair. I think it's got around $5,000, $6,000 worth of liquidity sitting over there. And so when X28 starts to do whatever X28 is going to do, which I'm a firm believer in X28, everybody knows that, then we'll start getting things more active over there. I don't know. I think a lot of people are underestimating what's been going on with base lately. And if you watch that Brian Armstrong interview with, God, what's his name? Sean, God, I'm drawing a blank now. But anyway, I gained a lot more respect for that dude. You know, I mean, yeah, they're centralized, but he believes in decentralization also, and which I didn't really know. And if you watch that interview, it's actually pretty interesting. They play by the rules they have to play by, is basically what I got out of it. And for good reason, right? They were under attack from the SEC big time. And now, of course, you know, a lot of that stuff's been dismissed. But what they're doing is with their new base app, which I'm on the waiting list for the beta testing, it's going to be to where any DeFi token on base can be purchased from their app. So that means that retail can pull their phone out of their pocket and buy any token on there. You don't have to pay for a listing. You don't have to do any kind of backdoor deals where you're giving big supplies to the exchanges. None of that stuff. It's still 100% DeFi. It's just convenient for them. It just removes that barrier to entry to where people can buy your tokens on base. And all you have to do is be there.
Interesting. So it sounds like a place to be then.
Yeah, absolutely. And for a meme coin, absolutely. You know, base is a meme chain. So if you have a meme coin and you're on base and retail can get to it, I absolutely, paired with something like X28, which in my opinion will absolutely rip. I mean, I think people are sleeping on the whole Inferno X on base situation, but that's okay. That's okay. When the time is right, everything's going to go absolutely crazy.
And we are not there yet, but that's going to happen. It is inevitable.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting closer and closer, man. Oh, please hold over $4,000 Ethereum. I can't believe I have to beg for this. My God, I don't think anybody saw Ethereum getting so torched in doing what it did for 6 months, and just now barely breaking 4K, and we're all just begging that it holds for support. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, we're just like, it's just been the hardest 4 years.
It's been so brutal, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I feel like I spent 4 years on a deployment abroad or something like that with the amount of PTSD I have from this space, dude. Like,
when I started buying DeFi tokens, my son was in junior high. I'm a grandpa now. Okay. And that's all been this cycle. If you can believe that or not, I mean, he had him and his girlfriend had a kid very young, right? They're 18. But that really happened. He was in junior high and now he's a father, and all that has happened during this bear market.
It's been a long bear market, bro. Oh my God, that's wild. I mean, wow. That says everything right there.
Yeah, so much has happened. Like you said, it's literally been like a 4-year. You could have joined the military and put in your 4 years and been out and still been in this market.
And you'd have the exact same amount of PTSD.
Yeah, no shit. But you'd get some kind of benefits, right? You get health benefits for life, or you know, some kind of retirement. But hopefully, we will surpass that by a long way.
Yeah, I hope so. Man, if it doesn't, I mean, you're gonna have some serious questions about my life choices over the past 4 years for myself. But I do believe strongly that ain't gonna happen. You know, and you know, it will be, the benefits will outweigh all of it, and you know, we can all sing kumbaya and heal from our PTSD. You know, once this all plays out. So I'm confident in that. And
Yeah, and I'm seeing this comment, big opportunity for Uranus on base, and that's true. All these tokens that are over there paired on base, you got Uranus, you've got Smoke over there, S88, B88, E280, H420, all those tokens right there all have pairs with X28 over on base. And dude did that immediately as soon as X28 went live on base. So there's tokens over there from the TitanX ecosystem, and they're all bought protocols, because we all, in every single one of those, only uses the original supply from Ethereum to be able to create it. So it helps everything on Ethereum. So there is no new supply created. Uranus was its own token over there, launched on base, but all these other ones are all just derivatives from tokens on Ethereum, bought tokens. So
yeah,
we're
shout out to Dude for being that first mover on that front. Like that, I'm always blown away by how quickly he operates and how much he's creating new ideas and come up with things and getting them out there in the real world, like before anyone else. So shout out to Dude.
Yeah, and he's such a great guy. Yeah,
And that too.
building stacks with him was just like, man, it was nice. it was very smooth. It was very easy, and it was just a good process, man. I really liked it. Stacks is another one that's going to catch people sleeping, I believe.
Where's Stacks on here? The Stacks probably a little higher. Am I missing Stacks?
It might be down on the NFTs.
Oh, here we go. No, that's the white paper. That's the wrong button. Let's go check out Stacks. Oh, I gotta go to Stacks. Because speaking of ORX and Ouroboros.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yep. And that's going to quickly rise. Like that's 100K of ORX at 7 cents near the bottom.
Yep.
That goes to $1. Look out, dude. That's $1 million in ORX just sitting there.
Yep. And those tokens will never hit the market ever.
That's cool.
So the rewards will come and they will buy more ORX, but they will also buy, other protocols that we have on this list. So Stacks is actually really good for the ecosystem because it reduces sell pressure, and it's just a compounding machine. It just compounds. The cool thing about Stacks, though, is once it gets to, I think it's going to happen in October, that only 20% of the money will be used to recompound, and then it'll be all buy and burn on the token.
Ooh. Oh wow!
So it'll be a 60% buy and burn forever. But 20% will still compound. So there's going to be a lot of buy pressure on that token in the future.
Sick.
it's not exciting right now, so people aren't looking at it. And that, I guess that's the point I'm trying to drive home here, is everybody still chases green candles, when what you should be doing is looking at the stuff that's getting absolutely obliterated. You know what I mean? And people are selling that stuff to go into the green candles. Those may be your best opportunities to scoop some good projects in this ecosystem at a very good entry.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Especially when you've got a setup like it has. I mean, can't really ignore it. Like this is going to change so dramatically, so quickly in favor of stacks. Just looking at everything here, it's sick. Also,
Yeah.
quick shout out to Fast Abdul. That's cool to see you here. I'm here for the tech. I know. I'm sorry for stealing your line the other day, by the way. I had to. I had no choice. I had a water gun held to my head. Also, I want to go back and quickly talk about the stablecoin question that was here as well. So is USDX the only fully decentralized stable in crypto? No. There are actually a number. I mean, Liquidity is a decentralized lending platform that allows people to place wrapped ETH into the protocol and mint, I believe it's USDL or LUSD, one of the two. It can never, one of them's liquid loans and the other one is with the Liquidity fork. Maybe Fast can remind me on that one as well, because he knows probably that inside and out. As well as, I mean, Fast Abdul also has a decentralized stablecoin built for incentive token over on Pulse Chain. So, I mean, there are many different decentralized stables. The only thing that is, Ouroboros is kind of one of the first to be away from DAI. Well, DAI really only takes a certain number of tokens. It's got, I think it's USDT, USDC, wrapped ETH, and what other collateral does it take? But it's very limited. And Ouroboros takes that multi-collateral system, and it's like its own version of, it's like a Liquidity fork, but multi-collateral, much more sophisticated, has a completely different incentive token schedule for people to earn it and how it all feeds back. And Shadowy is also a workhorse and an absolute, giga brain, as we say, which takes Ouroboros and what it can do to a whole another level. And USDX, is already shaping up to be something absolutely special. When you have a deployment that's specifically for TitanX, you're going to take in wrapped ETH. There's going to be other deployments that will also work as well. I mean, come on, man. It's going to be sick. It's so yeah, there are many more. But Ouroboros is one of the few with this quality of a product as it is. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. Let's see. Let's go look at Morph real quick here. Shout out to Brandon Davis, Rakes to Riches. Was very happy to see. Do I have? Let's just go to TitanX Hub. Share this tab. Let's go look at Morph.
Send it.
Loading. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice green candle for start your morning. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go to 3-day.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So it's nice to see them break out. There was a bit of controversy going on there, and now all of a sudden it looks like it's free to run. So that's awesome. I love to see it, man.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really happy to see this because there was some interesting stuff happening. There's some funny business happening here, whether it was for profit or whether it was anything but that, up for debate. And obviously there's no proof anyway, but there was something happening here that was quite interesting. And you could see is every time it would get above this price range, it would get crushed back down, crushed back down, crushed back down, crushed back down. And now it's actually looking as though it's free to run. And I am very curious to see what Morph does, because when you're suppressed for this long, oh man, when the ceiling finally leaves or gets lifted, I think there's going to be some magical things to happen for Morph. Plus, I know Rags is talking about a whole lot of stuff. He's been hinting about a whole lot of potential things coming that might include Morph in it. So Morph is sick. I mean, again, the one thing that I'm as someone that's been in the space for a few years now, and especially in this TitanX ecosystem, the one thing I'm really realizing is, the people who build are just as important, if not more important, than what's being built, because people are the ones that are, you bet on. And I watch you, I watch Ali, I watch all the guys that are still here, still building. And that to me speaks volumes. So Brandon's been grinding. Brandon's been working his ass off. He's been building. And I'm betting on Morph because I'm betting on Brandon,
100%. Morph is one of my top holdings, and
sick.
Same thing. Betting on the team, facing reality. Man, I love that dude. When the conversation we had last week going into that kind of stuff, facing reality lives for it, man. You can go down some rabbit holes with that dude, and and Brandon's solid, man, solid guy. So those guys are great, yeah. And Morph, the writing was on the wall for me early on. Like these guys are far from done. So I'm gonna buy this token. Yeah.
Yeah, facing reality is great. It's crazy to see these things pumping so much in real time here. We're already up. Yeah, we're up 26. Dude, we're 22.3. We're 6.023. We got to go back to the chart here. I'm loving this. Like, what was it?
Is there a buy and burn that got turned on that we're missing, or what? What's happening right now?
Oh, look at the green candles here. Like, what? Look at the green candle. I don't know. No, like we haven't. So we had the $15,000 buy, and then we had another $7,000 buy, another $1,100 buy, and then we've had a couple $1,000s in buys coming in. I wonder if some of these smaller ones are coming from Torus, because that's wow, that was cool. Live $6,000 buy. Let's go see what's happening there. Let's track this guy. Let's go. Let's go net transfers. Let's go to this guy here. There's also easier ways to do this too, but this is the way I like to do it. You could literally just go to the TitanX contract and look at transfers, and it's there as well. But this person, spent 6K. Ooh, okay. So they're buying a little bit, and they bought a little bit more. And yeah, they're sitting. I don't know what the heck this token is, but they've got. Oh, interesting. So you can see this is like someone who's been in Hex back in the day. He drawn back in the day, and now they're holding TitanX. Interesting. Yeah, we have such a crossover here between the communities, man. It's so interesting.
Yeah, and also I wanted to point out that Morph is over on Pulse Chain now too.
That's true.
So, and yeah, and all of that kind of stuff, it's within the ethos because they're not creating any new supply.
Right.
They're taking the original supply, and so that's amazing, right? That's what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be using that original supply, and yeah, so
really curious. I want to go and see where this is coming from. I'm gonna load up the actually let me just go and see what ETH is doing right now. Let's go check out real quick. Is ETH just tearing, and maybe that's why? Okay, we're over 4,200. We're at 4,220.
Beautiful.
Sick. So that's probably a little bit why, but also I want to check out the Torus dashboard for a sec, just to go through and see the number of creations that have happened over the last 24 hours, because that might be a hint, because we still have an hour and a half left. People could be creating on this fine Saturday morning. So let me refresh this real quick here. I'm very curious to see if this pumps up, because seeing those small buys like that, that's the type of thing that I would expect to see if Torus creations are happening. So there's not a lot, actually. We've been kind of low. 23, 26, 23, 23, 26. Okay, so maybe it's not from Torus. So maybe these are just liquidity bonding moves, as well as the bigger buys that we're seeing, which is cool either way. While we're here, I want to check this. So what are we at for the day 89 supply? So 1.764 million coming on a day 89. And let's see what this goes to. I love watching this, man. I don't know if you check this out regularly, but I look at this every single day and it blows me away. Watching this number come down.
Yeah, that was a very good tokenomic that you put in there. From learning from watching, right? Learning from experiencing what's come before us, and then making tweaks to things that have worked before, and maybe removing some things that didn't work so well before, and then we build on those. We build that into our next protocols, and we just get like better and better and better, and it's awesome, man. Torus has been so good for TitanX.
It's been really cool to see how much is being burnt. I think we're over 214 billion TitanX burnt at the moment, which is that's crazy, dude. For 30 days, I'm blown away. And you know what's funny though about the supply mechanic was I knew it was going to work like this, and it was kind of like not a happy accident, but it was just the natural byproduct of creating a fixed number of tokens per day and then a competitive environment to get them. But what I didn't think of was when this is on a chart and this goes over time, how sticky and gamified this is all going to be. And so a lot of this was really actually quite happy accidents and surprises on the gamification side of it. Because there's a lot of intent that went into the dynamics to make sure that they were good and they were solid. And, you know, you can't see everything, not until it's live. And this is one of those things where it was like, oh, that's cool. Nice. So it's been fun.
Yeah, you can only model so much and make so many, you know, assumptions and calculations before you actually launch something.
Yep. 100%. And what's been really cool, I'm going to dive in here to a sec for Torus and want to showcase this because this is wow. Look at this. The buy and burn has $459,000 currently in it. If we don't include the fractal, 1.3 trillion TitanX. We have another 153,000 in the fractal, $65,000. We have 30 some odd percent of the buy and burn. Actually, I think that's exactly 33%, really, of all the economic energy coming in, even with TitanX pumping, has come in ETH. And that is really cool to me. I did not expect, I was obviously hopeful, but you never expect as much ETH to come in as like this. So this is amazing. Even the buy and build has $96,000 in ETH in it. So we're sitting at a total ETH of like, what is it, almost $400,000? 150 plus 96, 258. Yeah, it's 300 and like $15,000 ish. Not bad, man.
At today's prices.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. How low can it go? Well, it could go sub 1 million. It depends on how many people are coming in, right? Or, well, that day will be the most difficult because we're already 1/3 of the way there. And so now people have actually earned a fixed amount of tokens that they're guaranteed at this point to be able to claim. So people coming in after can only remove from the future 60 days that are coming in. So it's a little bit mitigated now, and it's going to be harder and harder as time goes on. But to come back to the ETH, I mean, 18 million plus in the V1 for the buy and burn and TitanX, plus multiple millions in the DragonX buy and burn. I mean, we're sitting on a lot of ETH right now. We're sitting on a lot of ETH. And God, if we go to 10K, 15K, 20K, Woof. Look out, man. Look out. This ecosystem is going to be so primed. It already is. But, I mean, we will have 5,400, we currently have around 5,500 ETH if we include all the ETH that's in Torus. So 5,500 times 4,200. So we have a cool, I guess that would be $23 million in ETH in the ecosystem right now. I don't know.
Go.
Is that okay? I can't tell.
Yeah, what's cool is we get to witness the liquidity bonding live on stream, and this is without buy and burns running.
Exactly. That's the crazy thing. The buy and burns aren't even doing anything. Like Torus is set to the lowest setting possible. TitanX hasn't done anything yet. The V1 hasn't been turned on. I mean, if it doesn't hurt you to be this bullish already, it will soon.
Yeah, it's exciting. So crazy. I mean, we weren't in this position last week on stream, just a week ago.
No. Dude, yeah. I mean, it's funny. I think that's why we ended up talking about the stuff that we did, because it's like, you know, it was only so much to really talk about. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, there's some stuff happening in the ecosystem. You know, Torus was still quite fresh. We talked a little bit about that. But like, you know, when there's green candles, we don't even need to go in the rabbit holes. There's so much to talk about that all of a sudden now it's like it's excitement, and we're talking about the ETH and all the different protocols and all the different green candles and futures. And so it's crazy what green candles can do to the conversation, because we haven't gone off the TitanX ecosystem for the last hour and a half. And last time I think we lasted like 30 minutes, and then we went off in the weeds, which is fun. I loved it. But green
I love
candles,
it too,
man.
but I love green candles more.
Yep, they're medicine, man. They're literally medicine.
Can you pull up Clint's comment there too?
Yeah. You want to read this one?
Sure. Keep in mind, just like a mall, you have several stores all geared for different needs, all advertising to bring people into the shop. So much more potential than just one lonely shop in the corner. And I agree with that, man. You know, the community gets impatient, and they're like, quit building, people need to quit building and all this other stuff. And, you know, and I disagree with that, you know, because we're not building for what you see right now. We're building for what's to come and the people that are about to come. Yeah, there's people that have stuck around in TitanX, and they're here and they're participating in that, but that's just a very small fraction of what I believe we're going to see. And so we want to have that. We want to have different games, different tokenomics, different things that people can participate in, just like a mall.
I would agree. We have the luxury of like having our own mall. And, you know, while there might be some stores that become like, you know, you have your outlet brands and your big stores and stuff like that, you know, maybe see a lot more people coming through, but each one of those stores brings someone that might not have come into the mall at some point. Right. And, you know, even if something that's like maybe a smaller store per se, just because of the analogy initially, right, then that person that comes into the mall for that one thing might wander through and be like, hey, well, what's that over there? And oh, what's that over there? Wait, what's going on here? What is this mall all about? And then they see the rest of it, and then they're sold, and then they're now shopping through the whole mall, and they're telling their friends about it. They're telling other people about it. Maybe they even make content about it because they're a YouTuber or an X personality. So, you know, I love this mall analogy, because this is exactly what it is. It's a mall, and it's all designed so that way each store feeds into the success of the mall as a whole. And that's beautiful. Oh, this is an interesting one. I like to think of it like an amusement park. ETH gets you in the park. TitanX is the economy within the park, and all the protocols of the rides you can choose to ride. Some rides will be more popular. Yeah, that's a great way to think of it, actually. And definitely, honestly, it's probably more accurate, because a mall is calm, and you can come in, you can pick something up, and you can leave, and it's very calm and collected. But this is more accurate because of the volatility. It's like one moment you're going literally vertical, the next you're going down and you're doing loop to loops, and it's literally a ride. I think that's actually way more accurate.
I think you're right. The ups, the downs, the waiting in line with nothing going on.
Yeah, it's at some point you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just like take a break. I've got my pass to come back anytime, but I've had enough of the volatility. I'm gonna go and just like lay down and stare at a ceiling for a while and come back in a little bit.
Exactly. And then you got the new rides. Oh, check out this new ride. Everybody wants to go ride the new ride. Yeah, I think that's very, very accurate. I really like that too.
Yeah, thanks for that, Daniel. That was great. I don't understand this Torus is notorious thing, but any plans to get Torus on ORX? I mean, I would love to see it. I'm trying. I would love to see Torus get into Ouroboros. I've said that with farms. And actually, speaking of that, let's bring up an interesting Eric tweet here. Let's go to Mr. G1 himself. Let me go to, where is it? I think it was yesterday. He posts so much that I can't keep up. Let me see. Oh, here we go. All right. Here it is, folks. TitanX Torus will be on farms, 2nd generation. TitanX ORX. Huh? We'll see. But this puts Torus into the pipeline with farms. I would love to see Ouroboros have TitanX. Or sorry, Torus. The ETPs, so these encapsulated Torus positions for staking and creating are going to be another added element to this. So there's going to be a lot of different things that you can do with Torus potentially very soon here. That's really exciting in my opinion. Like there's the potential for so much to happen. And I think that's really only scratching the surface. So we are primed, absolutely primed at the moment. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I want to get to Minja's comment too. So underrated how sturdy the buy and burn / build can sustain price. People won't have as many tokens as they think they'll have with supply moving forward in time, possibly more ROI than anyone specs. Exactly, especially if people are selling. If people are selling and the buy and burn's capturing that supply, buy and build is capturing that supply, that the ROI is going to open up relative to how much it could close if everyone was coming in the system. And that is a beautiful thing. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of unfolding that's going to be happening with the Torus ecosystem. And again, guys, this is only just the beginning, man. You wait until there's 42 green candles popping off and everyone's freaking out and talking about the whole ecosystem and the FOMO. If ETH, the buy and burn start firing up, my God, we're in for a treat, man. I think we really are.
And that doesn't even count whatever's going to happen with X28.
Exactly. We don't know. Imagine. I don't know. I have no reason to believe this is actually going to happen. But imagine this. Jake comes back. The behemoth X28 burner and protocol comes out. Everything's pumping. The V1 gets turned on. I mean, bruh. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, that TitanX supply is going to get burned through really, really fast, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, dude. It's going to be sick. Like right now, we've already had. What is the TitanX supply burn at the moment? Let's go to the supply stats. So we've already had 126 trillion, 126 and a half trillion. We're almost under 68 trillion TitanX liquid right now. That's nuts. 214 billion. I love Inferno. Absolutely crushed it. The more I look at it, the more I'm really appreciative of Inferno because Inferno burned 600 billion TitanX. That is huge.
Man, I tell you what, Inferno, those mint cycles were absolute fire. It was absolutely insane. And yeah, Inferno's story's not over yet, that's for sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna make it my life's mission to make sure it's not. Same with Blaze. That story's far from over too.
Yeah, good point. And now that you and Allie have the reins, I mean, that's something special. I'm really excited to see where everything goes for the Blaze ecosystem, for Inferno, and I have this feeling that it's going to be awesome. If only for this reason, it's huge. Which is, you guys have been here and you guys have been grinding and you guys have been open, like out on the front lines, even when myself, I was taking a little bit of a backseat to take some time. You guys were still in the spaces, streaming. And I mean, to me, that just shows how much you guys want to see this ecosystem succeed, how much work you're willing to put in, and how much discipline you guys have to keep moving forward no matter what. Which, I mean, again, talking about founders and betting on people. If I'm betting on people, that's top of the criteria.
Well, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's been tough, man. Not gonna lie, it's been tough at times. But yeah, there's no other ecosystem that I'd rather be in, honestly. I love TitanX. I love everything that's happened. Great community. Tokenomics are absolutely amazing. It's weird to me that when the price goes down and it stays down for a while and things look really bad, it's like, and I'm guilty of this too, to an extent, the brain just is like, oh, this sucks. Price is down, blah blah blah. But it's like, well, wait a minute. Let's look at the numbers here, and the numbers are there's a shit ton of money to buy and burn all these tokens.
Oh yeah.
And we've got like 40 something protocols. We are omni-chain now. Like what it's weird. And I say that, like I said, I say that because I experience it too. And it's like it's such a weird thing. And anybody that says, emotions don't play a role in the market, they're absolutely wrong. These markets are based on emotion. Once you start pumping something, and the power of green candles, man, I swear, it's like you were saying, it's the drug. Like, you start feeding people green candles, man, oh, everybody's happy. It's absolutely insane to experience it and to watch it. So welcome to DeFi, man. Holy shit.
Yep. And here's your friendly reminder to remember and to try to be aware of when you are feeling that high from the euphoria, and to remember that what goes up must come down eventually, and have a plan. Check yourself. Be aware of your emotions. Because, yeah, I would 100% agree. The emotions always play a part. I mean, there's anyone that says, unless you're like a legitimate like psychopath and you don't actually feel and you're completely logical and you don't have any connection to your body whatsoever. I mean, even that, emotions are so subtle, and the feelings are so subtle because, we act even on a day-to-day basis by these super subtle feelings, like the feeling of I'm hungry, right? The feeling of this, the feeling of that. So feelings literally run everything. So yeah, for someone to say like, oh, feelings don't matter, emotions don't matter, it's like, well, that's what drives everything. I mean, the drive to make money is based on the feeling of, like I want to, the feeling that I want to live a better life, the feeling that I want to be able to feed myself, the those are all based on a feeling of like driving you to action, even if it's super subtle. So anyways, I don't know why anyone would say that emotions don't play a part. That would be kind of a silly comment.
Yeah. It's all emotions, and it's all what's the word I'm looking for? Not vibe.
That's a good word though. I like that. I like that word.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be. But yeah, it's like when price down, that's when the fighting starts, the bickering starts, the fudding starts, and all that. And then when the price goes up, man, everybody's happy. We're all friends again, and everybody's hugging. And that's when the masses will come. They're coming.
Mm-hmm.
They are coming.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's only a matter of time. Real quick, I do want to wrap this up because I'm just noticing the time it is, and I gotta get going here pretty soon here. Couple things. One, will the fractal be used as the current buy and burn, or will it be different? It's the same. It's just like a time lock. So that means when the fractal is up 110, day 110 comes around, then those funds are just deposited into the buy and burn. It's not like a burn party or anything like that. Although this is, I had been reading this. This is what Shadowy has not been saying. Shadowy has been saying he thinks the buy and burn should be an explosion, not a slow drip. Which, if that's true, I mean, do with that information what you will. ORX will definitely be disappearing if that's the case. And the last thing here from DFly is I meant TED ORX one day with all buy. I'm not sure what this first part is actually. I meant the ORX on day one with all the buy and burn as well as development happening. ORX, what do you think? Well, I'm just going to go to this part. What do you think will happen when major inflation hits in October? I don't even know if I have an answer for that. I don't think I understand your question enough to answer this. Sorry, DFly. And on that note, I mean, anything you want to add to that real quick?
I think he's just talking about when all the early miners that were started mature on day 365.
Oh, for ORX.
Yeah, for ORX, and what happens when that inflation hits the market. And my thoughts are, I don't think there's going to be as much as people are thinking, because he's driving the use case for it right now. So he's front running that. So when you're building something, in my opinion, when you're building something like that and you know that there's a big unlock coming up in advance, you're building and you have prepared for that for day one, from day one.
Yep.
So that's just my thoughts.
Yep. Well, I think they're good thoughts. It's an interesting statement. Orin will burn it. I'd agree. I think Orin's going to really change how much supply is going to come out in October here. And this is such a good setup. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. There's so much happening. I know we didn't get to Unity as well, but maybe we'll do that another time. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have a more Unity dedicated stream coming up soon, guys. So that way you guys can ask questions specifically about that. Cause I do want to, there's crossover, but I also want to honor the fact that, that's Pulse Chain. This is TitanX, and try to figure out what's best, what the community is okay with, what I'm okay with, what's bridging that gap properly, right? So still figuring that out. Maybe we'll talk about that next time. But Kesh, thank you for being here. I know you're not here anymore, but if you watch this back to catch up on the rest of it, thank you for coming on and hanging out with me. That was awesome. Appreciate you. I always love speaking with you and hanging out. And Utah, as always, man, thank you for being here. This is always a blast to hang out and get bullish, especially on a day where it's like we're literally watching green candles. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. So thank you for being here, dude. Appreciate you.
You bet. Appreciate you hosting them. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Okay. Thanks so much for being here, everyone, especially for all you that were in the chat. Have a wonderful weekend, and welcome to the age of Taurus. Peace out, everyone.